You again? Big fella. You're not coming in here. I don't need any roommates. You're not moving in. Silly frog.
Hello, hope you're all doing well. I thought I would give a little, I'm trying to make sure it's not too windy, but I thought I would just sort of give a, I don't know, capstone little update to the guineas. I haven't had a lot of videos about them lately, and that's because they're all gone. Unfortunately, I think I kind of talked about how we had a rainstorm and they all kind of left and never came back. Then there was one, and then my neighbors found the one dead by a hawk. Or a coyote, who knows. Pretty much what I've learned is that there's a lot of hawks here. I never really noticed them before, mainly because I wasn't looking. I'd seen one or two, but you know, once they become a threat, you start noticing them, I think, a lot more. So there's at least 5 that live around here. Along with a pretty large pack of coyotes. We hear them, we've been hearing them every night for the past few nights. There's at least 3, maybe up to 5. So there's a lot of predator pressure around our house. So I think they got scared off. I was out running one day. Well, a few times I was out running and I actually saw them about a half mile down the road. So that was nice, but I haven't seen them since. So they've either moved on or they've been eaten. Will I do it again? I don't know. I just don't think that our property can support that right now. At least if I were to free range them, and I don't really want to build a coop just yet. So that's kind of the update on the guineas. The guineas are gone. There are no more guineas. Garden's still going. Garden's going strong. And I'm probably going to sell the coop. So if you're in the market, let me know. But I just thought I would share that. I never really came full circle on what was going on with the guineas. So that's it. They're gone. Some died, some have been released into the world around me, and we're undecided on whether we'll do it again, but we've got some time to think about it till next spring. And in the meantime, if I sell the coop, great. It was a great lessons learned. I would do a few things a little different next time if I was free ranging them. But I'm not opposed to keeping them penned up. You know, get some chickens, some ducks, guinea or 2, maybe a turkey. We'll see. I hope this wasn't too windy. I'm going to go in and, well, we're going to do a car project now. So something completely different than what I've shown on this channel before, but it's just part of life. I'll see you in there. What's up, crew? This is a 2009 G6 and a headlight's burned out, so I'm going to try to fix it. That side is burned out. That side works. But I think I'm going to just replace both of them because it's kind of a pain to do. I've not done it on this car before. I've done it on other cars, but this will be the first time doing it here. So I'm going to give it a go, and something a little different, but it's handiwork nonetheless. Alright, so I only watched a couple YouTube videos on how to do this, but pretty much you pop these plastic covers off, you kind of pull the bumper forward, you release these 7mm bolts, and then you just fight with the thing pretty much until you get it off. So Take these guys out first. Okay, I'm gonna go get a bigger screwdriver. Whoops. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, one more try, and what I found works is 2 screwdrivers. You come in on either side of it, and I actually had to use 1 screwdriver to hold the base down while I pried up with the other one, because then these things will just pop out of here. It's one little top of it, and then here's the bottom. So put these somewhere where you won't lose them. I'm just going to set it down here. Okay, I got that one. One more here. Alright, some of these come out a lot easier than others. Alright. Let's see. I think I'm going to take out all of them, all the bumper mounts for right now, since I'm doing both sides. Okay. So now, this is nice and loose, so let's try to struggle with these bolts. Okay, there's the mouse. Now I think it said, or people on the internet, oh look at that, just slide right out. So this one is actually a replacement headlight. My wife had a deer and we had to get the bumper and headlight done. So this is an aftermarket one, which is probably why it's yellowing. Try to do this without smashing up the paint too much here. Yeah, it seems like you just kind of have to work with it. Being careful not to scratch your paint too much. Taking this connector off here. There we go. Okay. It's a free headlight. Alright, so that bulb actually still works. But I'm just going to replace them anyway, just so I don't have to do it again. But the reflector broke off here a while ago, so I'm going to try to get that out of there. Alright, I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, well I don't think there's any way to get that little piece out of there. The piece itself is bigger than the hole in the back, and there's really no way to reattach it, so we're just gonna just leave that in there, I guess. And this is why you don't buy crappy aftermarket headlights, I guess. They break and they turn yellow. Okay, well I'm just going to replace the bulb then and go on to the next one. Alright. Get this hooked back up, plug that in there. Okay, so a little blue grommet in there to line up. This one doesn't seem all that tight, but that's fine. Okay, we'll get this tightened up here. I think we're all set on this one. Probably since it's come out once before, it was a little easier than I suspect that other one will be. I'm not going to tighten this up all the way yet, because I don't know how much finagling I'm going to have to do to get it to fit just right. Looks good. I guess one pro tip I can share is when you're working on your vehicle, watch where you're swinging the end of your ratchet. Sometimes on other vehicles I've been swinging this thing around and you bang this into your paint somewhere you're not thinking about. You know, this car has almost 100,000 miles and it's just my daily driver that I don't even drive that much, so I want to keep it nice, but I'm not trying to, you know, it's almost a 10-year-old car, so I'm not that concerned about the paint. But okay, that's one down. I'm going to do the next one, and it should go pretty smoothly. Let's hope. The trick with a lot of this is firm, even pressure, but you do gotta work them. You know, these cars are put together to take a lot, so sometimes it takes a little bit to get it out. You just gotta be smooth. You wait there, I'll get that. Okay, straightforward here. We're just removing this back cover. Oh, nerds! Oh man, I just realized I put that light back in without putting its little cover back on, so I gotta take that back out. Ah! Well, what are you gonna do? Okay, well, it's nothing like doing a job twice. And of course, not that this is an instructional video by any means, but don't touch the bulb itself. The oil on your finger can, on your hands can shorten the life because the bulbs breathe since these get so hot. But anywho, alright, I'm going to clip this in. Get her locked in there. Put our cover back on. We'll lock it up. Clip it in. Let's see, I think I want to put this side in first. Actually, I think it's this side first, and then you kind of wedge it in here. No, it's not that way either. Okay, there we go. So it's this edge, and then this part. So you kind of go in at an angle, lower it down, slip it in there. Find that hole. Okay, we're in there. that. This one. Alright, well, you know what, actually I'll test them first to make sure this works. Look how bad that headlight looks. Ugh. Try to get that polished or something. Light. Light. Yeah! Now legal. Multiple uses for this chainsaw. That wasn't so bad. Thought that was gonna be bad, but it wasn't so bad. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me. That was super exciting, I'm sure. You know, there's so many of these cars on the road, you never know who that might help, but there's a lot of good YouTube stuff. Some people like take off the rear fender or not fender, but the fender liner, and they come in from the back. Ain't nobody got time for that. So that's good to go. Nothing too new going on over here. Oh, actually, yeah, there are. I got new toys yesterday. Got a little brush cutter attachment and a chainsaw pole attachment. That's for, well, you can't see it, but I got the Toro that's back there. Gonna be doing more work in the woods this weekend. Well, yeah, pretty much both of them are for the projects in the woods. We'll talk about this stuff at another date. There's a lot going on here. A lot of plans in the works, but it's hard to get contractors to come out and do work for me, so I'm waiting. Okay, well that's it for today. If anything else exciting happens, I'll come bring you along, but thanks for joining me. Good luck out there.